The United Nations at 80. I'm Steve Hendrix with your Global Minute. Today we're talking with Steve Richman, a senior attorney with Clark Hill. He's also a senior representative of the American Bar Association to the United Nations and a senior leader at the International Bar Association. Steve, can you tell us, how do we get into the United Nations? Where did this come from?
Well, it began in 1914, perhaps, with the advent of World War I. And after that, when Woodrow Wilson pushed for a League of Nations with the theory that if the nations are talking, they won't engage in war. And as most people know, the U.S. failed to join the League of Nations. After World War II, the lesson was learned, and nations came together and decided we do need a global body to address not just issues of life and death and war, but a whole host of other issues affecting countries around the world. And that's where we began. And since that time, the United Nations has expanded to address many different types of programs, not just the global issues that people read about in the papers, but many nitty-gritty type of activities as well that have real impact, but don't always make the headlines.
So you're talking about things that happened 100 years ago, 50 years ago. Why do we need the UN today?
We need it today more than ever. We need it today to address global issues that know no boundaries. People may not be aware that the United Nations is actively engaged in work with regard to artificial intelligence, for example. There's a harmonization function trying to make more unified how countries deal with certain problems. The United Nations provides a forum. There are different organizations that deal with regional issues, but the United Nations deals with the world as a whole and has representation from the world. The problems have not gone away, and the discussions still need to continue. Without the United Nations, we would have a more fragmented international community.
Well, thank you very much. That was Steve Richman, international attorney with Clark Hill. Thank you very much and have a good afternoon. I'm Steve Hendrix for your Global Minute.